Coach, first of all, good luck this year. How much have you thought about this evening and the emotion that will be on the floor because of LeBron and his son?
Probably not as much as I've just thought about this evening period, to be honest with you. I certainly had a lot of opening nights during my playing career, and can sort of empathize with just all the emotions that every player is going through. And obviously an added layer to that is the potential of Bronny and Bron playing together, which is historic. And whenever that does happen, we're all going to be thrilled to be a part of it.
JJ, you told us in the preseason that at some point you plan to kind of talk with LeBron and Bronny about the moment, how they would want it to play out, or did that conversation occur? Could you share anything from it if it did?
We had a couple conversations around it. I think everybody is on the same page. We want it to sort of make sense, and we want it to happen naturally and in the flow of a game.
Melissa?
Hey JJ, so far behind the scenes, what's been your biggest takeaway watching the way LeBron works with Bronny?
LeBron has a approach to every single day that is very consistent, and it is one of the many forms or traits of his leadership style. And I would find it hard to believe if that's just for Bronny. He obviously wants to show his son the ropes, but he's a leader of 16 other guys. Mouth was off there, but 16 other guys too.
Good one.
JJ, you talked a lot about that you guys are still installing stuff offensively, defensively, but then you've also said that in the preseason it was a lot of just focusing on you guys, but for regular season you're obviously going to focus on opponent-specific game plans and tendencies. What's the balance entering tonight with just knowing you still have more to work on offensively, defensively as a group, and a lot of that's just going to be trial by error, but then also you have this Minnesota team that you have to prepare for. So what's the balance in terms of improving what you guys are focusing on, but also their tendencies as well?
They're a great basketball team, and we feel like we've put forth the proper amount of preparation over the last 3 days to get ready to play a great basketball team. So to answer your question, some of that has been sharpening some of our stuff. Some of that has been installing new stuff, but it's the last 3 days have been in preparation for Minnesota, and they're terrific.
JJ, just because of the nature of the preseason, you haven't coached a game in this building yet. How much have you envisioned what that's going to feel like for you personally? Just what are you feeling right now heading into the game about maybe 2 hours before tip-off?
I just ordered stir fry back in the locker room. Not gonna lie, I'm pretty excited about that right now, just to get some food. But I think whatever I envisioned in my previous life, that's gone. It's like this is who I am now. I'm a coach, and so I don't feel like tonight is at all about me. It's about our team, and it's about our coaching staff and our group, and what we've done so far in terms of our work and our preparation. And for me, I haven't really thought about it on a personal level, to be honest with you, in the last few months.
JJ, you guys, Dalton played a lot for you in the preseason. He'll probably play for you tonight. As a rookie, what's the message to him? What did you tell him about the change in pace, or whatever's going to be different out there tonight that he's seen before?
There's certain things that I wish I could share with you guys. Had a great conversation with him this morning, and he gave an all-time response to a query that I had, and in 18 or 20 years, it will be the stuff of legend. I'll just put it that way. I can't, I mean, it's just, you know, it was good, it was good. But I did speak with
This feels
him.
like a test for all.
No,
of us.
no. Believe me, this is, you'll never figure this one out. No, we had a great conversation this morning. And it was consistent with a lot of the things we've talked about since Summer League. Just in terms of him, and the way he has to approach getting open and his, level of competition on the defensive end, which he's been fantastic with.
Coach, and Anthony Edwards poses a tremendous challenge to any defense. What are the goals and objectives to try to make his job as hard as possible tonight?
Executing our game plan. Yeah.
Hey JJ, Jared Vanderbilt's absence aside, how much do you anticipate your 9-man rotation being fluid game to game as opposed to wanting to have a sample size to evaluate?
I would say it's very fluid, and that's not to say that a 9 or 10-man rotation will be set in stone game to game or week to week. And who is in that 9 or 10-man rotation? I'm well aware that guys are going to miss games sometimes. We feel like we have, if it ends up being 9 or 10, we have a couple guys that are ready to step in and fill into spots in the rotation. It's also matchup based, to be honest with you, whether or not we do 9 or 10-man rotation.
Hey JJ, Aurelia for the German Basket Magazine. Everyone was kind of talking about the Lakers didn't come up with the right trades and didn't do anything. But how much do you see that more like, because we know everyone who's playing team sports, how important it is that a team really knows each other. Would you say it's even more a benefit that this team stays together and stay together?
Yeah, I believe in continuity, particularly in core continuity, and if you can develop young players and draft well, that can only add to the group. I said this a few weeks ago, like Darvin and his staff laid a great foundation here. They had a lot of success in the 2 years. This group has won basketball games together. And then you look at the landscape of the NBA, the fact we didn't actually have any roster spots in free agency. There wasn't anything out there for us to do. And on top of that, Rob and I both believe in this group.
JJ, off to your right. Besides hanging your first W on the board tonight, what do you need to see from your team to consider this a successful opening night?
Yeah, I'm not going to get caught up in the result. It's a long season. We have talked since day one about being about the process. And there were things that we emphasized this morning that we know we have to do to compete with Minnesota. And if we do those things, we can get better and learn and grow. We would all like to win. I'd like to go 82-0. But I fundamentally I can't get caught up in wins and losses. It's gonna drive me crazy if we lose, I will tell you that. But this will be a great growth opportunity for us against this team if we can execute the things we've emphasized over the last 3 days.
Hey Coach, Christian Coloco was on the injury report listed as a return to competition reconditioning. Does that mean he's been cleared, or are you guys still
No
waiting
update.
on that? No update.
Yeah.
Thanks, Coach.
All right.